Hello and welcome to the new weekly recap. It's currently the 7th of April, Sunday the 7th of April, about 10 past 11, I believe. And it's time for the new weekly recap, of course, as we always do on the Sunday. Again, start by recapping on the last week more personally, then recapping on the week when it comes to the business part, then recapping on the upcoming week in with both, like the combination of the business and personal part, because it's already of course also of course highly correlated, and then I'm also noting down what I'm going to do different, which I actually wrote down already. Um, but I will do it right now, really quickly. Okay, let's start by recapping on the last week's recap. On the last week, Spanish lessons were really great, and actually it's really fun as well. I find out that I like it. Like the 4 hours are feeling like half an hour. It's fun. I make progress really quickly, and I see myself continuing this row for the upcoming 3 weeks, which I will be following the Spanish lessons for, and then yeah, I will be seeing myself taking deliberately steps forward from there on by keep on consuming Spanish content, and by doing so learning this new skill, and then after this 4 weeks after these 3 weeks I will be able to save myself to say so in a conversation, and then from there on it will be a matter of step by step even further progression, in which I will be slowly getting to fluency from there on. And I think after these 3 weeks I will have some basic fluency, and that's fun and great. And I think again, as I probably already have said, the reason why I do this is because I think it's a great asset to have, especially in my young age. It's great to get there certain assets like this, and I can use it a lot probably in the near future. Then less the not this week but the week before, I was prioritizing development a lot, like reading, watching videos and stuff. And this week I have done it a lot, but not as much as how I wanted it to do. There were like 3 days in which I was not able to complete my development part, which is like watching a video, like listening to a podcast or reading a specific book for like half an hour or an hour, and because I simply postponed it to the end of the day. And that's not necessarily the problem, because I will be keep on doing that, but I know that I don't need my whole day for completing my tasks, like my to-do tasks, and therefore I know like, okay, there's not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. Let's take it easy in the morning, and then I'm I'm able to get everything done in a day, but I don't have spare time to read, to think, to really focus on that and take genuinely the time for it. And that's something which I really am going to change. I'm going to, during the mornings in the weekend, and in the mornings during the weekdays I have the Spanish lessons, but right after I will be jumping into the work and we'll be finishing it right off the bat, and then ASAP head over to the gym, in which I will be finishing my workout, so I can after that only focus on development, and I'll be making sure that then I have enough time for it. So yeah, that's honestly a lesson which I have learned, and another lesson which I learned is the importance of self-image. I read it in Cybernetics, the book which I'm currently reading in, how important it is. And I also have experienced it myself. For example, last Thursday I was playing padel, and I got completely screwed by like some pro Spanish players. Now they were not pro, of course, but way better than I am. And then of course you lose like a lot of self-confidence, in some certain ways. But overall, I think I have quite a lot of self confidence. But self confidence is a big part of your self image. But self image is even more than that. And I also realized that you can fool your own self image, your own imagination, and you have to believe certain things there because your beliefs will in the end simply work out. And thereby I think it's actually really good to realize that and be aware of it, and then you can probably change that as well. So that's what I learned when it comes to self-image, and I am way more aware of it right now, and I'm going to use it more in the sense of being aware of it and thereby using it in my favor by also in some way fooling my own self-image. So that was honestly a great lesson. Yesterday I went to Marbella to Mike and Luke, and it was great actually. We had an amazing dinner. That was a good end of the week, a good reward for the last week, and good for enjoyment. The day before on Friday, I was going out for dinner by myself, and I went out to the city center to look around, and it was also actually great. It was kind of on my comfort zone because I'm from me and myself as a person, I would consider myself to be an introvert. And then going out on your own, like looking around in bars and approaching people while you're alone, so you have nothing to fall back on to say so. That's kind of difficult. So, but I did it because of that, and because I also want to develop that part. And yeah, in the end, it was okay. And that was Friday and Saturday, and the weekdays were pretty normal as they always are, like exercising a lot, Spanish lessons and working. And then today I was also going for a run, and I thought like, okay, let's do a 15 kilometer. But I was feeling well for some reason, even though my Whoop data today was really horrible. I had a bad recovery, but I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I was like, let's complete a half a marathon. So that's what I was about to do, and then I said like, let's do it in 2 hours while I was running. So I had a lot of time to make up to, and because I was on 6 minutes and 20 seconds for a lot of the time, my average I think it was about 11 plus 12 kilometers, and then I was like, okay, I want to do it in underneath 2 hours, and thereby I have to be on an average of 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So I had to run for the last 3-4 kilometers on like 4 minutes and 20 seconds approx to get it done. But in the end I was able to do a half a marathon in 2 hours, which is actually a really great accomplishment. I'm kind of proud of it. So that was also great to finish today, and I'm feeling great and proud about it. Then about the business, for the last week, with my moment we have been setting like big steps again, have been able to get the visual identity in place, and thereby we can implement moves quickly and make moves quickly from here on, also on the front end. And the next step would be that we have the new website, the new content, the new formula, and we hope to get that done at about half May before my birthday, to get that done. And I think then it's time for the real work, but in the meantime we have to make sure to get everything prepared for that, and also try to gather as much data in the meantime, and of course make some nice profits here and there. But it's doing good. Dropshipping, we've been able to, the first week of April was great, honestly was really great, especially compared with March, in which we were doing really bad, and we have been able to pick up Pinterest again, the first week of April, which is like performing really, really good. And also some other Google stores in other countries are starting to pick up, and that gives me a lot of confidence that we are maybe able to expand in some other markets with some other stores in some other countries, which is really interesting because it will just give me some cash flow for the time being. That's really great. And the project which I was working on for the TikTok creation, I decided to pull out, simply because the business partner I was working with was not able to deliver what I expected from him, and that was for me, even though I invested some money in it, but only like 500 to 1,000 euros. I was like, okay, I have to pull out, and have to channel my focus more on other things, which was a great decision, I think. I'm sure it was a great decision, so I'm happy I made that, and thereby we can focus more on the things which we are building on. And to continue on that for the upcoming week, I will continue making the necessary steps for my moment towards that Switch health on the Half of May procs, in which we will be making the switches which I was just referring to. That will be great to continue those steps. I want to make some final decisions on two other things which I'm currently considering. But I have to talk with Rodrigo as well about that to get his perception on it. Then a lot of development is my main goal also for the upcoming week, to develop more, like 2-3 hours a day purely on development, and also on thinking time and stuff, to simply increase my knowledge, to increase my times that I'm right to say so when it comes to decisions. So that would be great. Jesper, a really good friend of mine, is coming at the end of this week, so that will be also great. Kind of looking forward to it, which we will spend some more time together on, like chilling and doing some like tourist stuff, going out for dinner and stuff. So that's also really great. So yeah, that was actually it for the weekly recap, and I want to conclude with a note that the main lesson from last week was I have to focus on take also the time to focus on ticking off the tasks, and then taking the time to learn and not postponing any tasks because I have the time, because that will be at the cost of my learning time. And that's really important, and it's something which it will be changing, and of course it will be recapping on that in the upcoming weekly recap on how that went. But I expect, of course, that to be going well. And also right now, I just in general feel that things are aligned, things are going well. I feel April is going to be a great month, and the upcoming months are going to be great. And to refer to those upcoming months, I'm not sure whether I mentioned it in the last recap, but I will be staying here till the 26th of April, which was already set. And then on the from 26th to the 29th, I will in Valencia with Misha and Noel together, just for a quick weekend and to have some fun here and there. And then actually I will be traveling back to the Netherlands, in which I will just be back at home. And as my schedule is right now, I will be there for the upcoming 4 months, May, June, July and August. Of course, I will be making some small trips, for example, 2 weeks with my mom, also a trip with my friends for a week at least, and maybe like a city trip for a weekend, or to see what we will have. I will for sure not be staying for 4 months in the Netherlands, but it's summer. The quality of living there is also great. So that's how it will look like, because afterwards in September I will be traveling either to China and then to Bali, or directly to Bali in the beginning of September, and then in September, October, November I will be in Bali. In November I will be traveling to Australia, in which I will be completing also a half an Ironman challenge, and that will be for December, and then I will be back for Christmas. So that will be also like 3.5-4 months in which I will be abroad, and that's also the reason why I prefer to stay for the upcoming time being in the Netherlands, in my hometown. And then after Christmas, I'm going to probably South America, also to speak some Spanish again, and because it's not really good to be in the winter in the Netherlands, as is one thing that I learned. And that's kind of a waste of energy, because I think I simply perform better with the sun, simply. And also during this phase, even though I'm planning to stay for 4 months at home, it's really great for my development to travel around, to see a lot of other cultures, to see a lot of other parts of the world, also to gain more perspective, and to learn more as a person instead of living in my comfort zone at home. But yeah, for the upcoming 4 months, I feel like that's quite of a good decision, but it can change, because why not actually? So that's it for this weekly recap. It was a great one. Kind of structured, I hope it was, by recapping on the last week personally, then business-wise, and then looking forward towards upcoming week, which I think also will be great again. It's time to sleep now, about 11:30, and then I will see you again in next week's recap. Ciao.